Hey y'all, welcome back. My name is Talia. I'm gonna tell you my story today. It's real, it's raw, and it changed my whole life. So, let's get into it. I grew up in a tiny town in South Carolina, real small. Everybody knew everybody. My folks were super strict, like old school strict. They went to church every Sunday. They prayed before every meal. They told me love is sacred. They said my heart and my body were special gifts. Wait for the right man, my mama always said. Don't rush. And I listened, for real. I never had a boyfriend. I never kissed a boy. I never went to those wild parties. That was my choice. I believed in waiting. I believed in doing things the right way. In college, other girls laughed at me. They said I was weird or too old-fashioned, but I didn't care. I had my path. I was going to stick to it. I dreamed of a simple wedding, a good man, a peaceful life. I thought if I waited long enough, the right person would show up. Well, someone did show up, but he wasn't what I thought. One day, I went to a coffee shop in Charleston. I was just chillin', drinking my latte, looking out the window. Then this guy walked in. His name was Kalen. Y'all, this man was fine. Tall, nice suit, big smile. He looked like money. When he saw me, he walked right over. "You got a calm energy," he said. "I like that." Nobody ever talked to me like that. My face got hot. I felt shy, but also kinda happy. Later, I told my bestie Bryony about him. She got real serious real fast. "Girl, no," she said. "Kalen is bad news. He goes through women like water. He don't stay with nobody." I heard her, but I didn't listen. I thought maybe I was different. Maybe he would change for me. Classic mistake, right? Kalen started texting me every day. He sent me flowers, red roses, fancy chocolates, sweet messages that made my heart jump. I felt so special. Nobody ever treated me like this before. I started thinking he was the one, the man I waited for my whole life. One night, he took me to a fancy restaurant. Soft lights, slow music. I wore a red dress for the first time ever. He looked at me and said, "You look amazing." I felt like a princess. After dinner, he drove me home. It was quiet, dark. He stopped the car and looked at me. Then he kissed me. It was my first kiss. My heart was beating so fast. I felt happy, but also scared. I thought about my mama's words. I thought about my rules. Did I mess up? That night, I couldn't sleep. The next day, Kalen wanted to see me again. He tried to get close, real close. I stopped him. "I want to wait," I said, "until I'm married." He looked at me for a long moment. Then he smiled. "Okay," he said, "then let's get married. Like now." I was shook, but also excited. I thought my dream was finally coming true. 1 week later, we flew to Las Vegas. Kalen said he had work there. He said we could get married fast. No waiting, no big wedding, just us. Vegas was loud, bright, crazy. I felt small and nervous, but Kalen held my hand. I trusted him. I wore a plain white dress, nothing fancy. We found a little chapel, no guests, no family, no music, just a man reading some words. We said our vows. He kissed me, and just like that, I was married. I thought my new life was starting. I was wrong. That night, everything changed. We went to a hotel. I expected love. I expected warmth. But Kalen was different. Cold, quiet. He grabbed a drink and went to the other room. He stayed on his phone for hours. I sat on the bed alone, in my wedding dress, staring at the city lights. Something felt off, real off. I told myself, he's just tired. Tomorrow will be better. It wasn't. The next morning, Kalen left the room. No goodbye, no text, nothing. I waited. 1 hour, 2 hours, 5 hours. Then he came back. His face was hard. His eyes were empty. He looked at me and said, "I want a divorce." I couldn't breathe. I thought it was a joke, but he wasn't laughing. He said, "You're too simple. You don't fit my life." Each word hit me like a punch. He grabbed his bag and walked out. He didn't look back. He blocked my number. He ghosted me completely. I was married for less than 1 day, and now I was alone. Going home was the worst. I thought my parents would hold me, comfort me, but they didn't. They were mad. They said I brought shame to the family. They couldn't even look at me. The one place I thought was safe, it wasn't. Then Bryony called. She didn't say, "I told you so." She just said, "Come stay with me. We'll figure it out." I packed my stuff and left. I moved to the city. I got a job at a small bookstore. Quiet, calm, just what I needed. I was broken, but I was trying. One afternoon, I saw a magazine at work. Kalen's face was on the cover. He wasn't just some rich guy. He was a billionaire. Big companies, fancy parties, the whole deal. And me, I was just a joke to him, a game. That's when something clicked inside me. I was done being sad. I was done being the victim. I found a lawyer, a good one. He believed my story. We filed a case against Kalen. Kalen tried to scare me. He called me. He laughed at me. He said I would lose, but I didn't back down. When we went to court, I walked in with my head high. The judge heard everything. He saw the truth, and I won. I got money, but more than that, I got my dignity back. After the trial, my parents called. They said sorry. They wanted me to come home, but I wasn't the same girl anymore. I told them I loved them, but I needed to build my own life now. Today, I live in a small apartment, Plants by the window, books on the shelf, a cozy couch. It's simple, but it's mine. I still work at the bookstore. I'm also taking business classes online. One day, I want to open my own shop. Sometimes I see Kaylin in the news, big smile, fancy suits, but he doesn't control me anymore. The pain he gave me, it turned into strength. Here's what I learned, y'all. My values weren't wrong. I just trusted the wrong person. You can't change someone who doesn't want to change, but you can always change your own story. I still believe in love. I still believe in waiting for the right person. But now I know the most important person to trust is yourself. I survived the worst thing that ever happened to me, and now I'm building something beautiful. Thanks for listening to my story. If you liked it, hit that subscribe button, drop a comment, and tell me where you're listening from. And remember, your story ain't over yet. Stay strong out there. Peace.